We're going to start this morning out with a video. Thank you so much for being part of this special day. Mary Kay Consultants are the finest trained consultants in the world. And I have been part of training and development for many Fortune billion-dollar companies, and it's just unprecedented. And not only have most of the consultants that are on today been certified in clinical solutions, and received their certification, and you might notice that on their personal website, there's little kind of jewels that show their levels of certification in skincare, clinical solutions, and color. And so they've been through extensive training, and this is one more layer of that. So you've probably been asked to be on today, maybe you're a customer and you want to learn how to power up what you are already using. And I want it all, and I love it all. And you can't get it all under the scalpel. And so most of what we want. So I love that we're launching this product, and we're going to start off with a video this morning. But thank you so much for being on to support your consultant today. Early 8:30. What are you going to do for the rest of the day? So let's get started, Curtis.
Can skincare products really turn back time?
Scientists today know more than ever about why and how skin ages.
Together with the growing consumer demand for products that deliver strong benefits, Mary Kay has developed Clinical Solutions,
a new line of dermocosmetic skincare products.
The term dermocosmetics is used to describe the intersection of products with both beauty
and dermatological benefits. The growth in dermocosmetics reflects the evolving role of the cosmetics industry in helping consumers achieve improved skin health.
To support the objectives of this line, every Clinical Solutions product is validated by Mary Kay's Dermatologist Council. When you see this seal, you can be assured the formula, ingredients, and clinical testing have been evaluated by an advisory council of U.S. board-certified dermatologists. Their thorough review of the formulas, product testing protocols, and results reinforce the high standards of research and efficacy. At Mary Kay, our product philosophy is simple. We always put you first.
The new Retinol 0.5 set contains a nighttime serum powered by pure retinol, plus a calming facial milk. In independent clinical testing, Retinol 0.5 was shown to improve the appearance of wrinkles,
Uneven skin tone,
and loss of facial firmness.
basically
All the things that make your skin look older.
With guidance from dermatologists, Mary Kay designed an 8-week retinization protocol.
To help minimize the temporary dryness, flakiness, or redness that can occur when you first start using products that contain pure retinol at 0.5% concentration.
This protocol incorporates a gradual increase in Mary Kay's Clinical Solutions Retinol 0.5 usage over time
And gives the skin time to gradually adjust to the potency of retinol. It also combines the use of Calm Plus Restore facial milk to help with temporary dryness.
if it occurs. Often when you introduce new ingredients or new treatments to the skin,
It can take time for skin to adjust.
and this is especially true for retinol,
This period of adjustment is commonly called retinization.
retinization.
Mary Kay worked with dermatologists to develop a gentle retinization protocol.
so that everyone can experience the benefits of this ingredient.
By gradually increasing frequency, skin has time to adjust to the potency of high concentration retinols.
This new dermocosmetic line delivers a marriage of product performance
And personal attention you simply won't find.
at any other beauty brand.
Yay. Ginger, you're on now. We'd love to have you say hello to everyone. Our fifth leader. Can you hear me, Ginger?
Uh-oh.
That's okay. we're going to just jump right in. I didn't introduce myself previously. I'm Eileen Barlow. I'm an independent Mary Kay sales director. I started my Mary Kay business over 30 years ago when we were poor little graduate students at Harvard and MIT. And back then we needed the business to put food on our table. I don't know if any of you can relate to that right now, but we were so grateful for it. It was so much fun, and I held 2 little parties every Saturday morning. And back then averaged about $1,000 a Saturday. I don't know what that would be today, but I would say bank. So, later I was in a position at Harvard to oversee research labs, intellectual property divisions, grants, and risk management. And even though that seems like a million years ago, there were 4 things that impressed me then about Mary Kay and still impress me today. And those things were that the level of, first of all, the level of talent that their scientific research and development team drew and attracted to them. I saw everyone in the industry, academic wise and big corporations, and they were attracted to Mary Kay. Mary Kay was, borrowing, seducing. Everyone wanted to go over to Mary Kay and work. And I would ask why, because I loved Mary Kay. And it was that they could develop products with generous flexibility and encouragement. Their innovation was welcomed, which is not always true when you jump on board at a company. And also, they recognize their corporate staff the way they recognize their sales force. So people miss that in the world. So if you're missing that, there's also security in Mary Kay. Many of them were like, I'm working for a company and it's been bought out 3 times. So in an era where mega companies are buying out giant companies, so many of my reps have switched from company to company to company. Some have lost their jobs in those switches. But Mary Kay is a multi-billion-dollar global cosmetic company that's privately owned. They don't answer to the shareholders. They build this company to last, and they are 100% debt-free. Something else impressed me, that they made their products right in Dallas, Texas at their manufacturing facility. And if you live in that area, you've noticed a huge facility go up that's, I don't know, plus or minus 1 million football fields, maybe 7, I don't know, but it's pretty long. And I've actually walked it. And so it's crazy great. They built the labs so that all the researchers could look outside of windows. And did we ever see outside a window in our research labs? No. And so that's exciting. And that they make their products right there means that they're not outsourcing the production of that product. And we can tell you that there's some big companies that do that, and they're mixing up batches of stuff, and they just print different labels on them for 10 different companies, 20 different companies, 30 different companies, and it might all be the same stuff. And so Mary Kay, I always say, I know you remember when the big scandal happened and there was lead in every Christmas ornament or something. There's no lead in your Mary Kay products because it's made here. So, I love that. And then the 4th is the training that's provided, and I opened with that. So, and I know that the person next to me is equally impressed with that, and he asked if he could touch on that because, it's easier for someone who's not, he can brag on us because he's not a consultant. So, Mark Barlow, Dr. Mark Barlow, is a plastic surgeon. He's past chief of surgery at several hospitals. He's a clinical professor at a university, UTMB Galveston, in the surgery department. And he also has a private practice with over 20,000 patients. Very successful. I say he has what did I tell you this morning? You are have a boss, you're a boss babe, but we're boss babes, but I said he has a mad hustle and a dope soul. So he likes that. But prior to that, he was really a rocket scientist. So sometimes you might hear about things, some people confuse and say he developed skin for NASA. That's not true. He worked on gravity for his research project at the University of Texas undergrad and MIT for master's. And then he switched to biomaterial science for his PhD, what most people call it, but at MIT, it's a Doctor of Science. And in order to qualify for a Doctor of Science program, you are a research assistant and you have to have a unique subject and before the committee accepts you as a candidate. And so his accepted subject was to combine cultured epithelial cells with the biopolymer dermis. And then that team isolated 16 genes involved in scarless healing, which was primarily developed for burn patients. And back then, we really believed all the research in elastin and collagen would happen at a place like Shriners Burns Hospital, where you're constantly removing skin from burn patients because they need to be able to move their little elbows. And so you can get biopsies. You can't just go, no one's signing up to have skin hacked off of them for research on skin. But today, the real advancements are happening in the cosmetic industry. And they've outgrown the drug industries and learning how to stimulate elastin and collagen. And so that research was at the Brigham and Women's Hospital in the Division of Plastic Surgery. That's a Harvard teaching hospital. And then at Shriners Burns, which were where my offices actually were, and at MIT laboratories, and then my laboratories also at Shriners Burns. So that's how he changed from wanting to be a flight surgeon, always knowing he would want a PhD or an SED, to a plastic surgeon. So you know so much about skin morphology. You know what we can put in skin, what we can get out of skin, because that's how you isolated those genes. You know what can work, what can't work. So we have taken some questions, and I would love for you to read them and answer these 5 questions that seem to constantly come across as we are unrolling this clinical solutions platform. And I just want to say, I love great boxes. This is just like, I almost want to keep my product in it at night. It's like Louis Vuitton quality box. I just love it. It's so pretty. So go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. All right, first question. Can we just purchase a retinol or retinoid, or do we have to be on a skincare regimen, and why? Okay, so yeah, I think everybody needs to be on a good basic skincare regimen before you add a retinol or retinoid. So you need to have a foundation with basically healthy skin. I mean, you wouldn't go get veneers on your teeth if you have like gum disease and cavities, right? So you need sort of basic maintenance to have everything healthy, and then you can add a retinol or retinoid on top of that.
So do people come in and ask you like, I have neglected my skin for 40 years. Would you just slap some strong stuff on it and make me 20?
Burn me up and catch me up? Yeah, that does.
Does it work?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
It's a process. Even, prescription strength or over the counter is still a process.
Have a sip of coffee. We'll be Coda and happy.
I was sipping my coffee while you're talking about it. I felt like velvet. So.
Velvet.
Okay. Which I guess leads to the next question. What is the difference between a retinol and a retinoid? So clinical solutions, 0.5 is a pure retinol. The prescription stuff I write in my office is a retinoid. So that's the basic. The ending is the same. They're both vitamin A derivatives. The retinoids are stronger and more potent. And the retinols are generally over the counter. So of the retinoids, they're all prescription except for, no, I can't think of the name of it.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. There's one that's over the counter, but a retinoid. Everything else that you'll buy in various skincare lines or at the cosmetic counter or whatever are going to be retinols. And then they vary in terms of strength and how they're delivered. So I'm 50 something. So I use my Time-Wise Repair. And this is the night. And it has am I jumping ahead? Anyway, it has a time release, less potent. So it's encapsulated retinol, which is great. Very gentle, no irritation. Use it every night, no problems at all. And it's so mild and the time release is so consistent that the retinization happens gradually, but it's over weeks and weeks and weeks. You never even know you're doing it, just because that's how they set this one up. With the clinical solutions,
Pure retinol.
which is pure retinol, that is true. There's no time delivery, it's time delay system. So, wash your face, let it dry, put this on, boom, it's in there. Nicely powerful, and powerful enough that this you have to go through the process to let your skin adjust.
Right.
So for years I prescribed, Retin-A and all those other prescription ones. And it's kind of like, let's try this strength. Good luck. Your skin's going to get all red. It's going to be flaky. It's going to be super irritated. It might burn a little. Put some of that calming stuff you have on it. But, it's not the same. One of the things I really love about the Mary Kay product and system is that it's a system that someone really thought about what's the right way to start it so that no one has a bad, issues with burning or super flaky or just super irritated. And then how do we teach people to use it? So for years, I've had people come to the office, or I send my staff out to get training on how to introduce something to patients or how to change the patient experience. And I found nothing was, the how do you set people up for success wasn't nearly as complete as what I saw when I went to seminar with Eileen and the training y'all get. So the Mary Kay consultants, I think, are better trained on how to be consistently successful with the patient, with clients, I guess, but for me it would be patients. And so I started having my office staff go to seminar and try to be trained, that way. Okay, I guess I got it back on track. Third question: what is the difference between an encapsulated retinol and a pure retinol, and can we use the two versions safely together? I guess I won't give a generic approval of using them together within the Mary Kay system, like I do. With the time-wise repair night and the clinical solutions, it's totally safe. So this one is still mild enough, gradual enough. Is it possible to get an encapsulated one that would somehow conflict with someone else's more pure one? Maybe, I don't know, but stay within the system and you're safe.
That's a good point.
All right, number 4. Why do I think it's so beneficial to have a personal skincare coach, a Mary Kay consultant? So I've touched on that a little bit. I think partly it's the training, and partly it's the continued follow through and follow on. So, if you go to Macy's and buy whatever, they're like, okay, thanks, you made my day. Good luck.
Thank you for shopping.
And sort of the same thing at the pharmacist. The pharmacist is like, use it at night. And they don't have a clue, what's going to happen later. And then, you call me at the office and hope to get me when I'm running around doing surgery, or one of my staff. It's a much better follow through and system within the Mary Kay world. And then number 5, having a medical spa, you have anything and everything at your disposal and probably for free. What do you personally use? And like I said, I use Time-Wise Repair. I've used it for over a decade. It's got a pretty box too, with nice little cubbies. Mine's stacked under my sink, so I don't have to try to dig it out of the. If we can reassemble it.
Yes.
The visual's always good, right? Okay. Anyway, I've used Mary Kay in one fashion or another forever. I've used Repair for, I don't know, probably since I was 40 or something. It's been quite a while. With all the masking and the nonstop masking since COVID entered our worlds, I've been having more trouble than usual with ingrown whiskers and mask me and whatever. So I've added some of the clear proof in. So now I'm removing some of that while I retinize, but it'll come back when I need it.
So does Mary Kay send you your skincare system free, like all the reps that send you?
Absolutely not. I'd buy it for my consultant.
So you could have it free and you pay a beautiful consultant.
I do.
For your skincare, don't you?
I do.
So that's it in a nutshell. If you have some questions, just put them in the chat, and maybe later, if we have time, we can get Dr. McSteamy here back in the room to address them. So now we'd like to hand it off to our next beautiful director.